Okay, this is the intro to the video. It's going to be a video slideshow thingy-me-bob. Plus, I've also learned on the computer, if I click on this little icon down in here, we're far away and we're close, just like Grover on Sesame Street. But the whole idea of this is to document the downfall of the winter roads around WHO-ville here. Yes, and that's when we got our 15 seconds of fame on ice road truckers. As you can see, the road is closed and we're holding a sign so everybody knows it's not Photoshop, because April 14th to the 16th, I think it is, we went to Lac Brochet to deliver a fuel truck. So it was triple or nothing. We made damn good money back then. Now we can't, because everything has changed drastically. Alright, so now we'll go into the, the history of the winter roads around WHO-ville here. Okay, we're in the pleasure room in the kingdom. Yes, in the kingdom. Alright. So people ask us about winter roads and everything like that, because I had 15 seconds of fame on ice road truckers. Okay, so this is a Manitoba road map, I think from 2005. All these little spotted lines. Yes, spotted lines. Okay, these are winter roads. Okay, all over the place. This area has a lot of history because the gold is here at Island Lake, somewhere in here, I think it is. And Ilford's up here, somewhere here. Yeah, so a cat train down. Could be in here somewhere. Island Lake, Oxford House. Okay, so that's where the Lynn tractor is sunk with the pirate's gold. So these winter roads have been around since Christ is a cowboy, because they're original cat train trails. Yes, so that's flat ground, proven ground since the 1930s. Okay, so that's what I mean. So it's quite simple. And then over here is where we live, in the kingdom, in WHO-ville, right there. So they cat trained everything. The rail brought everything up to WHO-ville here, and then they cat trained everything out. So you went over to Reindeer Lake, up to Brochet, and then did the portages and went to Lac Brochet, and then they went over here to South Indian Lake, because there's a community there. They cat trained there, and then in the late 1960s the government decided to start to Dooley Lake. So they took the people from the Northwest Territory, way up there, decided to drop them off here. Yes, green trees and sandy beaches, now enjoyed life. So then they cat trained up through here, through the lakes, through everything, and then that became an ice road. Okay, so all the cat train trails across the ice. Ooh, the floor is squeaky. All right, so all the cat train trails across the ice became winter ice roads. Yes, and that's how I got my 15 seconds of fame on ice road truckers. So in 1997, a fella tried to build a winter road going this way to these communities on land, because the ice is too dangerous. Yes. So in 1997, he failed miserably. We were up there helping him. He made it about 35 kilometers up the road, which is about there. And in 1998, the government decided they're going to build the road and get it done. So we got involved, because they sunk everything they owned. All these contractors went out and sunk everything. So we were out there with the small cat, saving everybody's ass. So we went to kilometer 35, and that's when we realized the government doesn't pay very well. All right, we'll stop the video here. Okay, so after 1998, we were just going up the road and helping out and fixing repairs and stuff like that. And this road was brutal, okay? So the whole idea is to create jobs and employment. And the thing is, the government found out very quickly that you don't start here in, 1997 in December and try and go north, because the ground's not frozen. Yes, nothing's frozen. So Brochet is the community here. They have to come out and come down, because it's frozen up here. And they can come down, same as Brochet, Lac Brochet. They come out, and same as to Dooley. Come out, build your roads. Okay, so the Brochet guys here got it figured out. They, had a private company, and these guys could put in a winter road. Yes, and then the government shows up January 8th to open it. This is the government, yes, because you got to allow for the holidays, the New Year's, everything, yada, 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 travel up. But the Brochet guys can have the road open, and everybody's traveling out in December for Christmas shopping. So they can open the road up starting December 1st and be down here on the 20th or before Christmas. So those guys know how to build a road, and they build it to last, okay? These guys here have major troubles because it's rock, sand, and we know that well. These guys here have lots of problems. They get out a little bit and not very good, okay? So that's how the winter roads were done. So a local contractor from WHO-ville built this road from here to Dooley Lake for over 20 years. The contractor here in Brochet came down for 20 years. Excellent. Everything was fine and dandy. The Lac Brochets were hit and miss on coming out and getting their road opened, because they had problems with equipment and stuff. And we were doing mechanical work for them, and kind of enjoyed our time up there. We'll be polite. Okay, then in 2017, the government decides to improve everything. So these guys built roads of quality, everything like that, and the contractor came from here, went up there, and they've done it from this junction to Demise Lake in 8 days. Yes, 8 days, because they're paid, the workers are paid a lump sum. Let's get our tushy to Demise. You don't want to be out there for, too long. So they, banged it off, bettered their equipment, bought more equipment to do this road, improved it drastically in the 20 years. All right, then in 2017, 2018, when the contracts came out for renewal, there was no cost plus, no nothing. So basically they want you to push in a road way up here at $1,000 a kilometer. And they want it, I would say, tree to tree, smooth and everything on the first try. No cost plus. So the contractor for Lynn Lake, WHO-ville, was very smart. He stayed home. He went to Caribbean, Mexico, Vegas, everything that winter. The Lac Brochet boys kept trying, but it didn't work out, so they would hire a contractor in from the south to do it. And the Brochet guys, had problems, but they always got the original contractor back in to do the road at the last minute. So, okay, let's go to the computer, and we'll have a slideshow. Okay, this is the way we're going to have to do it. I got $10,000 invested into a recording studio to make my books on Amazon into ebooks. Audiobooks, so people around the world can enjoy it. But Dick and his helicopter ruins his everything. So if you have everything set up for recording with the fancy mic, the headsets on, all that kind of crap, it picks up the helicopter at far distance. So having the Me phone on the tripod, sitting on some boxes, yes, and then me using the Lily Tomlin mic, it doesn't pick up the audio of the helicopter as much. And also too, I can hit a quick stop or re-record quickly. All right, so let's do a brief history on a winter road. What's a winter road? It's a trail pushed through the bush. It looks like that when it's how the trees are gone. They used to be cat train trails, which were nice and narrow. It's like that. But as the road got bigger, or the trucks got bigger, the road got wider because you have to be able to get two semis to pass. So that's what a contractor starts with when they arrive, is that. That's their view. So this is how you do it. Two cats head out. Oh, these pictures are from a fellow who had them on my website or whatever back in the day. So they were on there for 20 years. So I think it's free use to use them here. But we do give them credit anyways, because this is how you build a winter road. Your lead cats come forward. Also, too, you skidoo ahead and pack your bad spots, because you know where the bad spots are. Okay. So you skidoo ahead. So then you come up with your cats. Your lead cat is plowing that way. Your second cat is plowing that way, and you're leaving a windrow down the middle, okay? Next slide. Ooh, I got talent. That's all you need. Two cats, a grader, and your bunkhouse or supplies and fuel, and then you need the truck, okay? The half-ton truck or whatever to play catch-up, check out stuff. The whole idea of using wheeled vehicles behind what you're plowing and dragging is so you know how the condition of the road. Yes, the road, because you don't know if you've cut enough off, you left enough or whatever. So having a vehicle travel over, you know what you got. Most people try and do sleighs or skids, and then when they try to drive out for an emergency, they find out, oops, we made a mistake and the road is not strong enough. Okay, these pictures were taken back in 2003, and this is going to Demise Lake. This is caribou tracks. Okay, so they're walking down the winter road onto the lakes and everything. Caribou up there is a fact of life. I don't think the camera's straight. If it is crooked on your screen, tilt your head and I would say have a drink. Yes. So the lead cat goes through. You're not really cutting it down because there's rocks everywhere. So if you're cutting it right down, you're going to find the rocks, break the blade. So the second cat is windrowing over, leaving a snow ridge. The grader's coming along using the wing to kick it over. And the grader is pulling a chain drag. Yes, the chain drag. All right, next slide. Okay, so this is what you got when you're heading back, because you've now, how would you say, opened a section of the road, so you go back and dress it up, and the drag has now smoothed out that windrow. Okay, so you got your little divots and everything. This is sugar, snow. You can't work with sugar, okay? So you plow ahead and drag it, and then it changes the texture of the snow to something you can actually work and compact. Yes, you want compaction, and fill in the divots. Because if you don't fill in the divots, you're going to have one frickin' rough road. And the key is the chain drags, because the chain drags follow the uneven ground up and down. We prove that all the time here in the kingdom with everything making it smooth. Okay, these are the chain drags in the kingdom. That's a D69U track chain. worn out. That thing is so flexible, it goes over the rocks and it self-levels the terrain. Yes, the terrain. And then we have a big D6 cat, D6, no, the D8K. Yes, so that's heavier chain, more weight. So the thing is, that's what you want for dragging these winter roads, and only come up with those. You don't need anything else because it doesn't work. We've proved it, and everybody else has proved it. All right. So in 2019, I was asked to go up the winter road to do some welding. All right. So I was very cautious of the Scafella and stuff like that because I couldn't figure out why they kept breaking everything. But okay, so we decided to go up. The Brochet guys came out and, how would you say, plowed their road from Brochet out to the Kennesaw Rally Road. Look at the landing. Okay, that's the staging area where you put your tire chains on. You're good to go. So this road has been used, open and used for almost 4 weeks. And look at the nice snow, the nice snowpack, everything like that. Like the Brochet guys know how to do it. And that's the chain drag. They're not dragging tires. Tires are for the farm or something. That's a southern thing. So there's their winter road, nice and wide, chain drag, windrows nice and steep. So when the snow comes over, it stops. Like you don't want them shallow, how would you say, windrows, because the snow will flow right across. So you want them steep, traps of snow. This is their road here, and it's beautiful, like under the conditions. So they built that the month of December, whereas everybody else is sitting at home getting ready for Christmas. The Brochet road crew is out building a road for their community so everybody can go in and out to Christmas shop. Okay, so, and plus the ground isn't frozen, so they kind of risk it all. So this is a bad spot right here. There's a lake right here, so they plowed it wide and they're dragging and dragging and dragging. You can see them circle, 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 because they're getting it, how to say, to freeze up, because they're working with sugar snow on warm ground. And this is in December. Yeah, like how many other people are out building a winter road in December? The Brochet guys know how to do it. Okay, once I turned off from the Brochet road onto the other road, this is where I came across all the debris field. The debris field. The southern guys came up, the big time contractors, to put the road in because Lac Brochet didn't get enough equipment together to go do it. And plus the government had changed everything in 2017. Yes, they changed the rules, so they wanted it down. So you come along to all this fancy stuff. Look at all that fuel. Look at those big wheels. The hitch is broken off. There's a drag over here. It's broken. So that's a debris field. And the farther up you went the road, you find lots of stuff. So then you find a young kid driving a farm tractor. Okay, farm tractors don't work up here. Well, one, it's dual wheels, so he's going to spin out on every little hill. He's pulling a little sloop or whatever with a fuel tank on it. He's pumping fuel out of this because it's broken, putting it on there. And they're dragging tires. Yeah, like we can figure that out. Like if you're dragging tires, you might as well stay home. They don't work here. That's an east side winter road thing. Works good on the east side, but not over here on the west side, as we say, because we have rocks. Tires are teeter-totter. So if they go over a rock, they tip and go down. Okay, so now what's your road look like? A speed bump. A chain drag is the way to go. The smartest thing, or the best thing the Brochet crew did in 2003 was take the tire drags that they were told to use by the guys telling them to build the road and put them in the bush in kilometer 53. Yeah, they were there for a long, long time, and that was the best thing they ever did. And they figured out the chain drags work the best and their speed. So they have 3 different styles of drags, and they go from, how to say, road break to final finish, and it's all done with the chain drags. Okay, sad to see a winter freighting sleigh all made of steel broken because they're bouncing it over the rocks and the rough terrain. Nobody cares. Just smash it up, crash it up. But I just shake my head. But the thing is we can't believe how much stuff they brought up from the south, and they have to haul it all back when it's broken. So once you turn off the Lac Brochet junction, you start heading towards Dooley. That's where I was to go welding. So this is kilometer 170. It's a simple thing. Okay, that's your first creek crossing or bad situation on this road. The local contractor from WHO-ville would push the snow in, take his backhoe and smash this all up, smash this up because it's just fresh snow, sugar snow pushed in, and he would use the bucket of the backhoe to make an ice bridge, and he would pound it, and that bridge, that little snow bridge, would stay there till April. Like we've run this road in April 19th to the 21st going to Demise Lake in 2014, and we never had a problem with this here. This here is sunking out already, and that's just with the traffic going over the road as they're building it. Like, I just shake my head. Like, that thing failed right away. And then when they had the oil field guys come up in 2022, they didn't bring any drags. They brought their tires. So they're dragging tires up and down the road. That was the first thing to fail. Like, that road was only open for 5 days, and that little snow bridge failed was the first thing that went. It was just unreal. What an embarrassment and waste of money. So here you get up to here, kilometer 90 on the Demise Lake Road. Look at the grass. They're mowing the grass. Yeah. So they're told to cut it right down. Okay. So we're going, if you're cutting it right down, what are you filling in the little divots and everything for? And plus you have no snow base. So they got the grass showing in January. So guess what happens by March, or when the sun comes out? The road's gone. Like, this road was only open for, I think, 10 days altogether or whatever. It was pretty sad to see. And then I come up to where the equipment's broken. I'm supposed to weld, but the guy misinformed me on what was broken. What broke was, 30 hours of welding, and you had to be in a heated shop because there's no way you could weld something like that. And I refused to weld it, because if I welded it and he goes out and hits a rock and breaks it, he badmouths me. So he's better to walk away from the job, have him badmouth me for not doing it. And then when people phone and say, why didn't you weld it? I told them what broke, and they go, yeah, I'll see why you walked away. But the government's new rules was to plow it down to the dirt, tree to tree, and that's the way they want it. So they're changing it. So these guys are walking right down to the dirt, and that's how come they're finding the rocks to break all the equipment. And you just shake your head at the amount of destruction they've done, and there's no need for it. And then here they are here, cat plowing this side, and the grader's booting along here. Well, grader's finding all the bad spots, so you go around the corner and there's the grader sunk. And that's when I said, I'm out of here. It was too much of a gong show, and I walked away. So that cost me about $5,000 packing up, going up there, telling the guy I'm not welding your stuff, like, this is a gong show, and going home. But also too, it was a reality that year, because look at the road. That's early March. That's the Lac Brochet kilometer 20 hill. It was over. Like, if you don't have a snow-packed ice road, as we call it, because the snow is packed so hard, it's like ice, and the sun doesn't melt it, okay? So you can travel on it at the end of April and stuff, but look at this. Like, this road is gone. There was no snow base to start with, and there we are in 2013. We're at the top of the hill. There's beautiful snow base. We ran into Lac Brochet with a fuel truck, and we came out with this tank. Okay, this is a petroleum tank. It was high risk. We got paid triple or nothing. So we made $20,000 in basically 2.5 days. But we took the risk. We know the conditions of the road, and we could do it. Okay, now with the government policy of cutting it right down and told how to build a road, the road's done even before the season's over. So you can't run a road after it, how would you say, warms up or the road officially closes. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll continue the quest.